Yo, welcome back. I'm so glad to see you. It's been a while, y'all. It's been a while since I've been on here. Welcome. If you are on YouTube, go ahead and just put a YT in the comments. If you're on Facebook, go ahead and put a FB in the comments so I know where you are. If you're on Instagram, IG, you know how to do it. I'm so glad to be back, y'all. It's been a while. I took a little break, took a little recalibration time to consume some content, create some content, and do some different things personally. So thank you for coming back. I appreciate y'all. It is the 4th of July, y'all. I got my bathing suit on. It's summertime. Okay. This is what we do poolside. If I could get my laptop to work on the pool side, I would be on the pool side so y'all can see how I chill at the pool in the summertime. I'm a California girl. Summertime is my favorite time, right? I love it. I love it. Let's just say that. So, I do have a message for y'all today, though. So, let me go ahead and get into this. But before I start, for those of y'all who don't know me, welcome to my world. My name is Latasha. My clients call me Coach LT. I am a coach and consultant for successful authors. And why do I say successful authors? Because there are all kinds of authors and they were not created equal, right? Y'all, we deal with some things when we're successful people. And so I am going to talk to you today about self sabotage. I'm going to talk to you today about imposter syndrome because successful people deal with things different than unsuccessful people. So I'm going to go into that today. But I do want you to know, for those of you that are interested in becoming an author and you want to do it in 5 days or less, and you need support because you have all these ideas in your mind, but you don't know what to do with them, I want to invite you to join my 5 day challenge. It's coming up on July 15th through the 20th. And today is 4th of July. Happy Independence Day, y'all. Happy Freedom Day, y'all, for those of y'all that celebrate today as Freedom Day. Happy Juneteenth for those of y'all that celebrate Juneteenth as your Freedom Day. Happy just whatever day it is in whatever part of the world. Happy being alive. How about that? For the business owners, happy quarter 3. It is quarter 3. You know what that means. It's crunch time. We are in the final stretch of the year. And so, whatever goals you had for the first 2 quarters, if you didn't hit them, it's time. Okay. And if you did hit those goals, great job. It's time for you to really kick it into high gear as we head into the end of the year holiday season. So, want to tell you a little bit more about myself, but I want to tell you a little story. Okay. So, get your water, get your pen, paper, whatever you need to relax, kick back, because I really want to take you on a journey with me because I've been through a lot and I really want to share with you how I ended up where I am today and why that's important for you. Okay. So, story time, boys and girls, sit on the carpet, crisscross applesauce like this. All right, let's get into this. Okay. So, I want to take you back to the 80s, 1988, 89 to be exact. Okay. I was 12 years old in 7th grade and I had an English teacher who was amazing, right? I say that now because I appreciate her because I am a teacher. But at the time, I really didn't like her because she was pushing me too much. And I did not want to be pushed at that moment. So, 7th grade came, went into her class, and I had her for 2 classes. I had her for English and I had her for AVID. AVID is a college prep class that originated in California. I said, I'm a California girl. It originated by an English teacher in San Diego. So I was a part of the program. My mom signed me up. She was like, it's college prep. I don't know what they're going to do, but you're in it. I was like, all right, I'm in it. Yay. Okay. So what did that mean? It meant extra homework. It meant extra writing. It meant extra studying. It meant I'm getting ready for college. So I have to really, put in a lot of effort and do a lot more than what most people would be required to do. Okay, so I'm in the class, and every single day she has us write in a notebook. And we have to write in the notebook for about 15 minutes. She put the oven timer up on the whiteboard and she gave us a prompt. And then after we wrote, we had to stand up and read what we wrote to our partner. So we had to go like this, face to face, eye to eye with another person, and we had to read what we wrote. And so every time I went to her class, I felt a very high level of anxiety, like getting closer and closer to my seat. My anxiety was going like this. Like going into this classroom made my nervous system just go haywire because I was so nervous and afraid of what people were going to think about what I wrote on that page. And so for you, what does this have to do with you? For you, you might be someone who has ideas, you have things that you want to say in the world, right? You have a message or you have a story and you've been wanting to put it out in the form of maybe a YouTube channel. Hey, YouTube, I see a couple of people here from YouTube. What's up? Thank you for being here. Go ahead and interact with me and put in the comments how you're feeling today, what you're doing today, because it is the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July. Tell me where you're celebrating, what you're doing, what are you eating, who you hanging out with, who you with. Put that in the comments, right? I love to engage and interact with people that consume my content. I appreciate it. So every time I went to this class, I knew I was going to be put on the spot. I knew she was going to make me step it up, right? So it caused me a lot of anxiety. I never really got used to it until like the school year was over, right? I just hated it. And so what I learned from this experience was that number one, she was not going to let me off the hook. And number two, not only that, but what she was doing in that classroom actually helped me in every other class after that. And I'll give you a little example in a moment, but here's what she did to me. She would get in my face like this, and she would say, "Why aren't you writing?" This was at the beginning when I was testing her to see if she was really serious about what she was saying. She said, "Why aren't you writing?" And I was like a deer caught in a headlight, right? Like, why is this? First of all, why is this lady in my face? She don't know me like that, right? That's my 12-year-old brain, my lizard brain, getting on the defense. The other thing is, what is she talking about? Like, I don't even know what to write. At the beginning of the year, I didn't know what to write. I didn't understand her process. I didn't know what her expectations were. And really, it wasn't really that hard. It was just she was putting us on the spot and making us think. And we as human beings, we typically don't like to be put on the spot. And we don't like to really have to use our brain and think. Most of us just kind of want to meander through life and just let life happen. Most of us don't want to think, strategize, and plan and problem solve, right? Those are things that have to be taught, those are skills. So, what she was doing for us was putting us on the spot, forcing us to think, and allowing us to practice those skills while we were in her 7th grade class. Now, she did this to me twice a day, every day, all day. Um, Once in English class in the morning, and then the second time in Avid class at the end of the day. I had to see this lady twice a day. I felt tortured. But now, as a writing consultant and an author coach, I look back to that 7th grade moment and I'm like, that's where I developed the skills to pay my bills. That was the moment. That was one of the moments, the defining points in my life that caused me to go to the right instead of to the left. She trained me and taught me how to be confident in my words and in my writing and understanding my thoughts. And I'm so appreciative and grateful for her today. But back in seventh grade, I was not happy. She would come look at me and she would say, "Why aren't you writing?" And I would say, "I don't know what to write." And she would say, "What do you mean you don't know what to write?" And I was like, "I don't know what to write." And she was like, and she would give me that eyebrow. Like I give my I give my clients the eyebrow too. I'm like, "What? Really?" And she would say, "Why don't you just write that?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And she goes, "You don't know what to write? Why don't you just write, I don't know what to write?" And I was like, that doesn't even make any sense. In my mind, being sarcastic as a 12-year-old, but I didn't dare say that. I just kind of sat there and looked at her and she was like, "Look, number your page 1 through 50." And this is when her voice got really super low. So only I could hear it. Because she saw me getting frazzled and defensive and like free falling, right? She saw that. And she said, "Number your page 1 through 50 and copy this sentence. Write this sentence 50 times." And I was like, "What?" And she said, "I don't know what to write." She said, "Write that down 50 times." And I was like, "Okay, does that count?" Like, I was so confused. She said, "Look at the timer. It's already started. You have less than 10 minutes to write, and you need to fill up that entire first page. So, number 1 through 50, and you need to write, I don't know what to write." And so I went ahead and numbered my page 1 through 50, and I wrote 50 times, "I don't know what to write." And she said, "Okay, go ahead. You get credit for that today." And I was like, "What?" And when it was time to stand up, and she would have us stand up and project our voice and do the whole public speaking thing. So she was training us on that too, which is a job skill, which is a very important skill for college and career and all. She was doing so many things to get us college and career ready. We didn't even know what hit us. It's like we got hit by a Mack truck filled with skills. Like we were being trained and groomed for success at a very, very, very early age. And I'm so grateful for that because at the end of that school year, I became so good at thinking on the spot because she would give us a writing prompt that we had no idea what it was. And she would make us stand up in front of the class and speak. And she would have us pull something out of a bowl and we wouldn't know. And we would have to just get up there and just speak. And so that was terrifying, but it was also fun. So what happened was I took the writing, the reading, the speaking, the expressing, all those skills that I learned with this seventh grade English teacher transferred into my eighth grade English, ninth grade, all the way up through college. The skills that she taught me in that class helped me get A's on all of my research papers, 5-paragraph essays, my poems, um, thesis, dissertation, all that stuff that she taught us in that seventh grade English class. I transferred that into all of my other writing assignments, plus those skills transferred over into my history classes too, and my science classes, because we had to do the scientific method. And that was writing and thinking and problem solving, which she had us do on a daily basis. So, why am I telling you this? You may not be in seventh grade right now. You might be working on a job that you're frustrated with and you can't figure out how to get out of it. You might be running a business right now and you don't know how to pivot and start using AI to grow and expand. Raise your hand if I'm talking to you. You might be a single mom who's just trying to figure out how to make it, how to get through the day and survive without pulling your hair out. Because sometimes those kids make you want to right? You might be a person who is on a weight loss journey because it's the summertime and you want to get into your bathing suit, right? But you're like, it's too late because summertime's already here. And so I'm just going to give up. I'm not even going to put the bathing suit on because I'm not bathing suit ready. I'm not ready, right? You just might be feeling like I should be further along than I am right now in my life. Like I'm in my 40s and like I thought my life was going to be different. I thought I was going to be, more successful. I thought I was going to be prettier. I thought I was going to be thinner. I thought I was going to have this happily ever after marriage, and that didn't work, right? You might be thinking these things like, what am I doing with myself? There comes a time in every person's life where they need to sit down and do an evaluation. You need to do a self evaluation. You need to take inventory of your daily habits, routines, and rituals. You need to get your journal. Okay. You need to get your journal. I have a journal. My journal has notes. I'm going to share with you today some of the notes that I wrote down to prepare for this conversation. Because this conversation right here is probably one of the most important conversations that you're ever going to have with anybody. And for those of us that have been to really good schools and have had really good teachers, I am blessed. I was raised in Southern California in the 1980s, and my mom put us in a very good area with a really good school district, and we got educated. And we didn't misbehave back then. Like people who misbehaved, they went to the school over there. Like we weren't misbehaving over here. So we learned the skills that we needed to go to college and start a career. That was our focus. So I don't understand what's happening in the world today with our education system. Actually, I do understand. And that's going to be a whole nother episode. But I'm saying that to say this conversation should happen in the classroom. And I'm sorry if it didn't. This conversation should also happen with your parents at home. And I'm sorry if it didn't. This conversation sometimes happens in colleges. Sometimes you get a good career coach that will have this conversation with you. And sometimes you won't. And so I'm having this conversation with you right now because I really want you to sit down, get a pen and a piece of paper, and I want you to do an evaluation of your life. Where are you right now? Like physically, where are you? That's something that you need to be writing in your journal every day. Where am I right now? Mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. Where am I right now in this moment? And be honest. Where are you? Are you where you wanted to be? Do you consider yourself to be a success? So that's the first thing I want you to do is really think about this. I want you to put this in your pipe and smoke it because this is the conversation that's going to move the needle and get you out of wherever you are right now to where you want to be. Okay, because this is a whole mental game. This is going on in here all the time. You have, as a human being, we have about 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day. And most of those thoughts are negative. And most of those thoughts are the same recurring thoughts that have been going on in your mind for decades. And guess what that does? It keeps you stuck. It keeps you sitting in the same seat that you were 10 years ago. It keeps you blocked, pregnant with your book. Like I was pregnant with my book for 12 years. It was just in my belly rolling around for 12 years because I was afraid to let things out and express myself. Even though I had such a great English teacher in 7th grade, when I had kids and started teaching and really working in the workplace, I completely forgot about journaling and tapping into my writing. I completely put that stuff on the shelf. I was like, I got to pay bills now. I was employed now. I got to pay bills. I ain't got time to be sitting and doing no writing, right? I stopped doing that. And my therapist was like, where's your journal? And I was like, about that. About that. And she's like, no, get your journal and start writing like you did when you were in 7th grade. What's wrong with you? Slap me out of that. And I was like, oh. And this was like when I was like 35. I was like, okay, all right. I need to start recalibrating and start writing and evaluating where I am. So I started doing that, writing, evaluating, finding out where I'm at, and then writing, where do I want to be? Okay, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, where do I want to be? How do I want my life to look? And then guess what? The next step was start writing steps to get you there, create the pathway, create the bridge to get you from where you are right now to where you want to be. So these are things that I've learned as a student, also as a teacher and a writing consultant for authors who want to stay successful. Okay, so today I'm going to give you a checklist, 5 things to check off. Okay, this is for you if you are in a situation right now where you're like, I don't know why I can't achieve. I don't know why. Like, I thought I did the therapy. I thought I did the journaling. I thought that I was following my coaches and my mentors. I thought I had a system, but life just kind of threw me off, right? You may have lost somebody in your family. You may have just hit rock bottom again, right? Like you may have just messed your life up, right? Because life be lifing, but the way we react is how it's going to stay. So you may just be in the valley of decisions, like what are my next steps? So this process that I'm getting ready to walk you through right now is going to give you a set of next steps. Okay. And these next steps are going to help you get from today to tomorrow to next week to next month to next year. And if you keep doing this process, this is a daily process. The Bible says, give us this day our daily bread. You don't just do something on one day and get the whole success manual done. Like, this is a daily walk. So I'm going to give you these steps and I want you to write them down, start using them immediately, and get up every morning and review what you wrote every single day. And when you really dig into this, the experts on habits say 21 days to develop a new habit, right? For me, it's not 21 days. It's like 5 to 7 days. If you can really focus, own in, and train yourself, you can very quickly teach yourself. I don't care if you are an old dog, you can learn new tricks if you plan to do it for yourself. The decision is yours. The decision is yours. I had to learn this for myself. I had to learn this when I decided to leave teaching to go into coaching and consulting full time. I had to learn this for myself because I realized, oh, wow, I don't have a bell schedule anymore. Oh, wow. Like I can just go to the bathroom whenever I want. I can just go eat my salad anytime I want. Like I don't have any kids waiting outside the door for me. I don't have to run to the bathroom and then run back and open the classroom door. And I don't have to live in survival mode anymore. That's not my life. So I have a lot of freedom, and with freedom comes great responsibility, and freedom is not free. Right? So you need to learn, especially if you're going into full-time entrepreneurship, like what I've been doing for 4 years, you have to learn how to manage your time, your energy, and your money. And that is a process, and that takes a lot of work. And so here's what people mean when they say do the work. I get frustrated when I hear people say, "Oh, you haven't done the inner work. You need to do the inner work so you can heal." But they don't tell you exactly what that is. What does that mean? What does that look like? I'm a visual person and I'm also a tactile person. So you have to show me and you have to take me by the hand and demonstrate it to me and let me do it and then give me feedback and let me do it again and let me fail and fall forward and then you got to give me feedback and you got to tell me no. Like I'm that kind of student. Like no, 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 do it this way. Nope, let's do it again, because that's how my mom trained me. She was like, no, you going to clean, you going to cook, you're going to learn how to sew, you're going to have all the skills you need before you leave this house, and you're going to do it again and again. And so before I left her house, I knew how to braid hair. I knew how to cook. I knew how to clean. I knew how to sew. I knew how to iron. All the skills that you need to run a household as a woman. She's like, this is what you're going to get. And then you're going to also go to school and you're going to learn what you need to do to get through college and career. And you're going to deliver the entire package to your family. And so I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know that's what she was doing, but now I know. Okay. And so here's what I want to give you. I'm going to give you an invitation before I give you these steps. There's 5 steps and they're right here in my notes. Okay. But I do want to give you an invitation. So for those of you that are like, wow, this is really good content. Like I've never heard you or seen you before. Like, what is this? I want to give you an opportunity to learn from me, my process on how I help people. Now, my first 50 clients were classroom teachers who worked in the same community with me. And they saw that I wrote a book and I put it on Amazon and I launched it. I had a whole party and created a whole business and brand, just doing what I thought was the right thing, right? Made a lot of mistakes, threw a lot of spaghetti at the wall, but I did it. And my clients were like, the teachers that came to me were like, I want to do what you did. And I'm like, well, I don't really know what I did. I wrote a book, put it on Amazon. I had a party because, I'm used to having parties because I like to party. It's fun. But I also like education. So I combined what I learned in the classroom with a little bit of what I learned from business and marketing, because I had a couple of different side hustles throughout my life. So I learned from mentors and coaches about business, a little bit of sales, a little bit of marketing, put it all together, threw the book out, and then people just started saying, hey, I want to learn a book. Can you show me how to do that? So my first 50 clients were teachers. And we would normally do it during this time, during summer or holiday or whatever, whenever the break was. And then my next wave of clients were entrepreneurs. And now I work with speakers, coaches, and consultants, and teachers and people in the church. Basically, if you have a message and you love to share with people and you're a servant leader, you're the kind of person that my content would resonate with. And so I want to invite you into my 5-day challenge that's coming up July 15th through the 20th. And it is literally called the Publish Your Book in 5-Day Challenge. And some people come in and they write a book and they publish it in 5 days. Some people come in and they just learn how to communicate better with words, because everything that you do originates with a thought. And every thought that comes out of your mind has to be communicated through words. And so if you understand how to write well, you're going to understand how to speak well, and you're going to understand how to communicate and improve everything in your life. Your relationships will be better because you'll understand how to be assertive and ask for what you want. Not rude, not disrespectful, not manipulative, but you will understand how to be assertive and ask for what you want. And people who ask for what they want normally get it. Okay. All right. So you can come into this 5-day challenge today for free. If you go to payhip.com/Latasha Jimerson, and I'm going to drop that link before I get off here, so you'll have the exact link. You click on the general admission for the 5-day challenge. You type in the coupon code free. you will be able to get in today for free. It is today only. It is a holiday special deal for those of you that are in the USA. Happy 4th of July. For those of y'all that are in other places in the world, it's the same. It's going to expire tonight. So if you want to get in the 5-day challenge for free, come on into the 5-day challenge. You will get a chance to hear from some of my clients. You'll get to meet people in my community. For those of you that are on Facebook, which is where I live, Facebook pays me to create content. Thank you, Facebook. Appreciate y'all. If you need a community, you want to be a part of a group of people who are just fun and exciting, go to Facebook, type in Your First Book Club, and request to come in. Put your email in, answer those questions. Somebody from my team will allow you to come in and you can join the party. It's always a party, y'all. I do trainings every other day. I go live. I talk about, whatever's going on in my life, because guess what? Life imitates art and art imitates life. And when life be lifing, you hear people say life be lifing. You should write that down, because that's really good content, right? Like, stop letting life you up. Write that stuff down. Go live. Talk about it. That is the best content. And guess what? Y'all going through breakups? That's the best content. Don't hide, don't run, don't get caught up in the boo-hooing and all that. Start writing that stuff down. Start creating content around how you feel, because you're raw. You're in the raw emotion of it. Don't run from it, sit in it. All right? Okay, so let me give you these 5 steps to stop sabotaging yourself. Okay. Number 1, the first thing I want you to do, and these steps are in order, so make sure that you follow them, you write them down, put this on a sticky note and stick it on the refrigerator. Okay. Yes, it's that powerful. Okay. Number 1, I want you to do a check on your faith. This is a faith check. Okay. When you start to feel anxious or angry or frustrated, alone, just filled with anxiety, you're racing thoughts, all of that, you feel like negative. You just start to feel like nobody understands, nobody cares, whatever, right? Meh, blah, whatever that is, those emojis where they're like, I don't entertain those, but you know what I'm talking about. The different emoji, different faces that are like negative. When you feel that, do a faith check and say, you know what? What am I thinking? First of all, out of all these 60, 70,000 thoughts, are these thoughts negative? Okay. And you want to write them down. Write them down. And then I want you to go through each one of those thoughts, and I want you to say, is that thought fear-based or faith-based? And most of the time, if it makes you feel bad, it's probably fear-based. And so I want you to write down, what is the fear behind that thought? They're all going to laugh at me. No one cares. No one's going to buy your book. Your life is boring. Nobody wants to hear what you have to say. When you hear that type of stuff, write that down and start attacking each one of those thoughts. Challenge them. Go toe to toe with those thoughts in your head, because it's in your head. Nobody else's. Nobody else can hear the chatter that's going on up here. So you're going to have to get that on paper, document that, and challenge each one of those and say, okay, thought number 1, is this based on fear or is it based on faith? And if it's based on fear, flip it and put it in a faith-based statement. So let me give you an example. I don't want to go live today because I'm afraid that people are going to laugh at me, right? That's based on fear of judgment and criticism from other people. That's also being based on fear of, oh, I'm going to humiliate myself in public. That's going to be embarrassing, right? Challenge that with, oh, no, what I'm thinking and feeling is going to be helpful to somebody else because they're probably thinking and feeling the same way. And if I can just get to one person, I know it sounds like a cliche, but seriously, if I can connect with one person today who's feeling like I'm feeling, and I can help them come out of that, out of their head and into my head, right? If they can start thinking about my situation and my story and get out of theirs, then I can help them. I get messages all the time from people, text messages, emails, DMs saying, thank you so much. I appreciate you being so honest and open and transparent about your life. Now I don't feel so bad about my situation. I get those all the time. And you know what? I appreciate it. I just got a call a few days ago from a client who's like, "Ooh, coach." She's like, "I hear your voice in my head." She's like, "When you did that live talk," she was like, "Ooh, you talked about sabotaging." She's like, "I'm going through that right now." She's like, "When is your next challenge?" And I said, July 15th. She's like, "Sign me up. Where's the link?" I was like, "Oh, okay." Here's the link. Boom. And that's what happens when you get out of your head and you share your story and you speak in your true authentic voice, especially if you're a content creator and you have content and you have books and podcasts and stuff like that. People want to consume your content, but they really want to know, like, what are you all about? Like, who are you really? That's what people want to know. Who are you? What are you dealing with? And how do you overcome your struggles? And how did you become successful? And what are some of the things that tried to take you out? That's what people want to know. They really do want to know. And it's not just being nosy. They want to learn from you. They want to learn from you. They want to take notes and they want to get information that's going to help them make a transformation in their life for real, in real time. Okay. All right. So that's number one. Step one, do a faith check. Check. Okay. Welcome for those of y'all that just joined me. I appreciate you being in here. If you didn't hear the beginning, you need to go back to the beginning and listen to the whole thing because I talk about myself. I talk about how I got to this point to be a writing coach and consultant. I talk about writing and how it's important to me and how I started on my journey in 7th grade with my teacher who frustrated me. I didn't really like her in the moment, but I love her now. I appreciate her now. I'm grateful for her now. Sorry about that. My computer keeps going black. So I'm gonna have to fix that. But anyway, if you didn't hear this whole thing, you need to go back and listen to this whole thing because this is a good one. This is a good training. Okay. And I've done a lot of trainings, but I've gone back over the years. I've been doing this for 8 years. I've done a lot of research and I have interviewed a lot of clients and I've done a lot of surveys and I'm a student before I'm a teacher. And so what I'm learning is that everybody's pretty much dealing with the same thing. Like we speak different languages. We're from different backgrounds, different genders and all that kind of stuff, different persuasions and preferences. But we really are human beings that are dealing with the same damn thing. Our mind is a terrible thing. Our mind can lead us astray. And it's so important for us to get with other people. And that's why they say great minds think alike. It's so important for you to stay around people with great minds and stay in contact, stay on the phone with people who have great minds. Stay in the room, get into the challenge, be a part of the community. Because what happens is when you start to come up with these, it's called stinking thinking, and that stinking thinking stuff starts to come out of your mouth. Oh, people are going to check you on that. And they're going to say, wait a minute, what did you just say? Do you really believe that? Is that true? Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? See, that's what's going to happen. And so don't withdraw and isolate and try to get yourself away from those people. Don't hide. Let yourself be seen because the thinking that's in your mind, it needs to be challenged because a lot of times your limiting beliefs come from someone else. They're not even your thoughts. So don't take responsibility for those negative Nancy thoughts that are coming to you because you may have caught them somewhere. Like a cold, right? Like a virus that you can catch from somebody else. but it's okay. We're going into step two. Okay. So step one is do a faith check. Step two is do a attitude of gratitude check. I love this one because if you have an attitude of gratitude, then you will be able to overcome all of these 60,000 thoughts that are in your brain. It doesn't matter. You can be in the most negative environment, the most toxic environment. And if you continue to have an attitude of gratitude, you will be able to survive that situation until you can be somewhere that's more conducive to your thoughts. Okay. And this is hard. So here's what you do: you get your journal. I'm always going to go back to the journal, pen, paper. You're going to write down 10 reasons why you love yourself. Yep. 10 reasons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, why you love yourself. And you're going to do this every day so that after a while, you're going to tell your brain, oh, yeah, I'm a good person. Oh, yeah, I'm beautiful. I'm smart. I'm sexy. I'm amazing. I am so super fantastic. Like you're going to start playing with vocabulary words and seeing how many negative words you can replace with positive words. Marvelous, super, fantastic, amazing, awesome. Like just keep it going, right? Use AI. Use AI for this. This is something so simple, but it makes a big difference. Okay. So that's number one is faith check. Number two is attitude of gratitude check. And that's where you're listing 10 things that you love about yourself, 10 things that you appreciate about yourself, that you're grateful about yourself. Okay. If you want to extend it even further, you can put 10 reasons why you love your family, your friends, your colleagues, God, 10 reasons why you love God. Be creative with it, but make sure you stick to that list of 10, because what that does is it gives you a whole list of wow. You look at that, you're like, oh, this is a big list. That's a pretty good sized list. 10 things that you love about yourself, and you look at that every day and you can add 10 every day. That's going to become a really big, long list of evidence. You're putting your thoughts on trial. And this is the evidence that you are amazing. Okay. But this is what people mean when they say put in the work, put in the reps. Okay. You got to have a list. Like my teacher told me, 1 through 50. I'm telling you 1 through 10. Okay. So one, faith check. Number two is the attitude of gratitude check. Number three is your support circle check. Check, go around. Who are the people, the 5 people that have your ear? The 5 people who have your ear the most, those are the people that are your influencers. That's your support circle. What are they saying to you? Are they pouring into you? Are they feeding you? Are they supporting you? Are they inspiring? Are they uplifting? Are they showing you love? Are they giving you vocabulary that makes you feel empowered? Or are they telling you things to stress you out? Are they coming in and dumping their emotional baggage on you and then leaving you depleted? Like, check your circle. Check your friends, check your family, check your church, check everybody around you, because that's going to affect what's swarming around in your head and what's coming out of your mouth. Okay. So that's step 3, your support circle. Number 4, check your prayer life. There's a movie out called The War Room. I saw that movie in 2017, watched it again in 2018, and it changed my whole life. That woman went to war in her closet, and she prayed over her family, over her children, over her husband, who at that moment was about to get into an affair with another woman. She went to war for her family, and she prayed. Prayer changes things. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you believe. I'm not a person who's going to judge you on your faith or judge you on your practice, your rituals, or how you pray. Prayer changes things. I'm telling you. I know that I know that I know that I know I've prayed for people and they have had miracles happen in their life. I have prayed for people. People have prayed for me. People have laid hands on me and prayed, and whatever was going on got lifted off of me immediately because I don't play about my prayer life. And so if you are in a situation right now and you're feeling like this is never going to end, this is crazy. This is just crazy. These people are crazy. Get yourself some prayer warriors to get on the phone with you and go to war with you, because there's a whole spiritual warfare happening in this world right now. And it's been going on since the beginning of time. It ain't nothing new. It ain't nothing new under the sun. Okay. Next year, I'll be 50 years old. There's nothing, everything that's happening in the world right now has been happening before and even worse. So I am not moved by the things that are happening in the news. I am not moved. I am not shaken. I am not bothered by what people are saying that's going to happen and negative Nancy and all of that kind of stuff. That doesn't move me. What moves me is inspiration that I hear from people in my circle. What moves me are positive words of affirmation that I hear from my parents, from my children, from my clients, from my friends, from my church mates. Those are the words that move me. The words that are spoken in love and intended for the purpose of uplifting me. You need to get around some prayer warriors who know how to pray and lay hands on you. That's going to make all the difference in your world, okay? That's number 4. Pray. Praying is you talking to God, speaking the words out loud. In the beginning, there was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God, okay? And then the Word became flesh. You better understand how to use words, because words are powerful. Words are so powerful that human beings, this is one of the things that separates human beings from other beings, because there are other beings in the world, but we're human beings because we are special. We were made with something special inside of us. And the way that we express that is through our words. And that is why speaking is so important. And that is why writing your book and talking about your message in that book is so powerful, because the animals can't do it. The birds can't do it. The insects can't do it, but we can do it. So we need to stop taking our words for granted, and we need to start using our words to uplift people. And when we pray, we have to pray on purpose, and we have to pray with intentionality, and we have to have something that we're praying for and that we want to see. So that's number 4. Make sure that you check in on your prayer life. What does your prayer life look like? And if it ain't looking like nothing, now's the time to go ahead and get a piece of paper and write out a prayer. And guess what? There actually is a prayer, and it's called the Lord's Prayer. There is a framework. Yes, God has a framework for you. It's that prayer. Okay. And those of y'all that are Bible scholars, please type in the comments where they can go to find that framework on how to pray. I'm not going to tell y'all what it is. I know it. I memorized it when I was young, and I say it over and I recite it to myself. So every morning, actually, so that I don't forget the words that Jesus used to pray. There's words. You need to know them. Okay. All right. That's number 4. Number 5 is meditation. Check your meditation. Prayer, let me tell you the difference. Prayer is you talking to God. Meditation is God talking to you. So you have to now listen. You got to close your mouth after your prayer, and you put on your headset and you do a meditation. You can either have sounds, you can have some music, or you can just sit in silence with a headset on and just listen. You can put your headset on and write down the things that you hear. Okay. Right. You'll hear people say the still small voice, because literally it is. You put your headset on, you start hearing things, write it out, write it out, write it out, write it out. Okay. And then you start looking at your prayers, looking at the meditations, looking at the prayers, looking at the meditations. And notice, for me, this is so beautiful. What I've noticed is that when I go back and I look at my prayers and I compare it to my meditations, I realize that God answers my prayers through my meditations. And God answers my prayers immediately. It's to that point where I'm like, oh, I hear you. Okay. Okay, God, I hear you. All right. That you want me to move like that? That's how I need to move. And that's what happens when you are in tune. And this is what happens when you pay attention to what's happening in your life and you pay attention to what's happening in your mind and you take control of that. Okay. You can stop sabotaging yourself. You can start becoming more successful a little bit at a time, 10 minutes at a time, every day by doing this. This is literally, I'm going to show you right now. My notes are kind of messy. Okay. These are my notes for today's talk. Okay. And this is the checklist that I came up with today. But this has been years of research and study and years of practice on myself and getting feedback from my clients. So I'm going to be sharing this a little bit more in depth during the 5-day challenge, which is coming up July 15th to the 20th. We will be meeting every single day for 5 days. We will be talking about these self-sabotaging behaviors and thoughts, how to stop them immediately so that you can turn on the part of your brain that loves to create. So that if you've been pregnant with a book for 12 years, like I was pregnant with a book for 12 years, you can start to pull that baby out and you can start to really see, wow, these are the ideas that have been in here the whole time. Oh my gosh, they're going to be on paper. They're going to live outside of you. You're going to feel like 20 pounds lighter once you give birth to that baby, 10 pounds lighter. Okay, I'm going to teach you how to brain dump, which literally will make you feel 10 pounds lighter when you brain dump in the morning every day. I'm going to teach you how to do some scripting, which is going to really flip your mind. It's going to flip your wig all the way around because you're going to be like, oh, wow, I really can write a script to my life and make things happen. Ooh-wee. That's powerful. It's a powerful skill. I'm also going to be teaching you how to put this content together, package it, put it out onto the market and sell it. So basically what you're doing is you're taking your best brilliant ideas, you're putting them into a bottle and you're selling it. Putting it into a bottle, putting a beautiful package on it and putting it out into the world so that people can see these are the brilliant ideas. This is your framework. You should have a framework for everything that you do. You should have a process, especially if you're a coach, consultant, speaker, expert, author. You should have a way for people to cross. Remember, I said the bridge from where you are now to where you want to be walking across that bridge. There is a step-by-step process to getting there. You need to have that in a book articulated so that people can follow that step-by-step framework and get to where they want to go. It is your job, your responsibility, and your duty to help other people become successful because you are successful not for yourself, but you are successful to help the people that have been waiting for you. There are people that have been waiting for you. They've been waiting for you to show up. They've been waiting for you to really, really step up and be the person that you were meant to be. They're waiting. They're like this. And guess what? They are your super fans. And here's what happens with super fans. For those of y'all that have a business and you're like, oh, what's happening with sales right now? What's happening with sales right now is you ain't talking, you ain't sharing, you aren't marketing. If you're not marketing, you can't be selling, because marketing is bringing awareness. Sales is the transaction. It's the currency that comes in when people call you. Like my client just called me a couple of days ago and was like, hey, you're in my head. Now you're talking about self-sabotage. I was just self-sabotaging myself today. You did the live stream on Facebook. You talked about it. When is the challenge? Send me the link so I can get back into you. She's taken the challenge a couple of times. I need to get back in there. Where's the community? Where's the link? Right? This is what y'all are missing. Open up your mouth and teach and speak. And people will come to you and they will become your super fans and they will buy everything you got. That's what you need to understand. When you start to develop super fans, they will buy everything you got. And if you don't got it, you better create it. And guess what? Your clients are so amazing. They will help you create an offer to serve them. Just get on a phone call and find out, hey, what do you need? What can I do to create something to make your life better? You got to be open to having those conversations and let people know I don't have all the answers. Help me help you. Let's co-create this thing together. That's the fun of being an entrepreneur. We get to co-create our things together. And guess what? We get to choose our colleagues. I get to choose my coworkers. I get to choose my clients. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. I live an amazing life. And I want you to be able to say that too. Finally, I want you to be able to say you're living your life on purpose, in purpose, for what God created you to do. I'm an English teacher by trade. I've taught history. I've taught English. I've taught psychology. I have 4 college degrees, but none of my college degrees prepared me for what I'm doing today, because I take what I know and I teach other people, and then I allow them to teach me. And it becomes a beautiful reciprocal relationship. And that's all I got to say about that, y'all. So I'm going to drop in the comments the link so you can join the 5-day challenge. I can't wait to see you on July 15th through the 20th. Today, you can actually sign up for free if you use the coupon code FREE, and it has to be all caps, FREE. Free is for me. Raise your hand. You can get into the challenge today for free. I can't wait to see you. I'm so grateful. I'm so just happy that you guys have decided to join me. I appreciate you. Please share my content, like it, share it, comment. You can subscribe to me on Facebook. You can subscribe on YouTube. All right. Okay. I'll see you in the next video. I'll see you in the challenge, actually, on the 15th. And don't forget to keep writing. Whatever you do, don't stop writing. Bye now. I'll see you later.